welcome to today's video. This is Juliet, and today I'm going to be drawing a picture of some potted plants. I started off this drawing with my Ohuhu markers because I knew that I planned to use my new Holbeins that I just recently got to kind of brighten up the colors in the end. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm kind of just laying in the base colors that I knew that I wanted. And I wasn't quite sure how I was going to tackle some of the plant parts. I do kind of struggle with flowers specifically whenever I'm drawing. So I just felt more comfortable using the markers to kind of get the base going before I use the Holbeins. I am a little bit intimidated with the new color set because I'm just not familiarized with it yet. And I wasn't really sure how the colors are going to work with my polychromos. So for this though, I just wanted to really make sure that I had some of my blends pretty decent before I started. I wasn't really sure how to tackle blending these green leaves here with the Ohuhus because I really struggle sometimes with darker colors. If you'll look at the leaf on the left-hand side, it kind of has some blooming from that middle tone that I used. I think maybe it was just a little too wet when I was working. I'm not really sure how to stop that from happening yet. I don't really know if it's my paper or, like I said, maybe just like too saturated when I was blending it, but I just really wanted it to have a little bit more of a blurred effect, and I didn't quite get that. These top two leaves, though, they did turn out a lot better. I think I was a little bit more conservative with the darker color, and I really tried to just work quickly and not leave my brush anywhere or my marker anywhere for too long. And I really did. I think these two were more what I was going for. So I just kind of, after I laid in the colors, I did go back and forth between the darker and lighter. I didn't really want to focus on doing all of the marker stuff as much because I really, like I said, I really knew that I was going to use the new pencils on it. So the marker part is kind of quick. But anyways, I really had a lot of fun doing this picture. Honestly, it's been a while since I feel like I've done a marker drawing or colored pencil drawing that I actually like zone into. I think just because I'm still so new to this medium, I get a little bit in my head and it's kind of hard to be confident in I guess the colors that I'm choosing or how I'm going to execute each thing. I haven't really hit like a state of confidence with that. And I've really been trying like different styles and different techniques. I've watched a lot of tutorials and kind of done some things that I've seen other people doing. So that's been really helpful. YouTube is obviously like a great place to learn new stuff. So I've been really just trying to like absorb as much as I can. And it is starting to get closer to where I want it to get. I I think I'm starting to really enjoy having a little bit more texture in my pictures. I used to be really, I guess, like picky about things really being blended, and coming from doing oil paints and things that are very blended, or at least the way that I did them, it's a little hard for me sometimes to leave so much like texture on the paper at the end. I feel like I get really focused on not looking like a drawing. But I really just wanted these to be a little bit more whimsical, a little bit more cartoonish, not so realistic, and more of, more just, I guess, fun. Not that I don't have fun doing more realism things. I just think it's, obviously something that you have to be a little bit more focused on, and you have to have your technique a little bit different. So that was cool for this. I did feel like I really was having fun with it and a little bit more, like loose with how I was approaching things, just, kind of reminding myself that if I mess something up, I can always go over it with the pencils and fix it and just kind of smooth out, I guess, whatever I wasn't able to effectively blend with the markers. Also, I don't know if anybody else is just ready for spring like I am. I think doing these flowers and just like looking at a lot of the green, pretty references that I had, I am so over winter, which is not even normally like me. I usually really like winter time and I love the snow as long as I don't have to like drive or anything. But I don't live somewhere where we get a lot of snow, so I guess maybe that's why, is it's not, as much of a inconvenience. But I am so ready for springtime. Like I am yearning for it to be green and warm and pretty. And I also just feel like my art block in the wintertime is 10 times worse than it normally is. Like sometimes I'll feel like cozy and like I want to like sit down and draw, but most of the time I am just cold and it's dark out and I just like I love rainy, moody weather, but I do not like it getting dark early, and I don't know. Sometimes I feel like a lack of motivation to do really anything creative in the winter time. So it'll be really nice when springtime comes, and I'd like to start doing a little bit more still life or like from life, like maybe take some photos and draw from that, from my own references, especially because it's been really hard the last like couple months, I even feel, to find good references. The other day I cut my hair and I was trying to find just a simple pixie cut hairstyle, and every single one on Pinterest, it felt like, was an AI photo, and it was just really hard to look for and hard to find something that I actually felt like I was looking at a real person. So it's been a little bit weird even, finding art references that I'm like, is this actually a real photo, or I don't know. And I did turn off, like you can turn off the AI function on Pinterest, but I still feel like I get a lot of things in there, and I know that other artists have been saying the same thing about finding good references. So I feel like I just need better sources, and if I take my own photos, then I can guarantee 100% that it's a real picture. So that would be nice. And I don't know, it's just been really like we had a pretty big snow like a couple weeks ago, and it just froze over for weeks. I was having to walk up my driveway every time I wanted to leave the house, and everything's just been like really ugly and muddy. So as soon as some green gets on the trees, I want to start sketching outside and doing all sorts of like nice with nature type of things, because that's really when I feel the most creative and the happiest. And I really love being outside, but it is muddy and gross and not the time of year for it. But I will say one good thing about winter is it is a great time to sit down and watch a show and be comfortable. I just actually finished last night at like midnight. I just finished watching Sharp Objects, which I really liked. Me and my friends started together, and it was just, I don't know, I really like when a show is kind of, really makes you pay attention to figure out, not like it was like super complicated plot, but to figure out what's going on. You can't really like look away, you have to pay attention. And I will not spoil anything, but I speculated correctly, and that is always great whenever I watch a show that has a mystery. I like to win, I want to know who did it, and I want to be right. So that was a win for me, and I really do recommend watching it if you like kind of like suspense. I wouldn't really say it was like a scary show by any means, but it definitely was like a good amount of mystery and a little bit thrilling at certain points. So it was a really cool show to watch. I really liked it. And I haven't really seen Amy Adams, like, I haven't really watched a lot of things that she was in, but I really liked the way that she acted in that role. I thought that it was a really cool character to watch her play, just based on like a couple of the things that I know her from. So that was really fun. I really did enjoy it, actually. Definitely recommend watching it. And especially because I did also watch Fallout. Now that that's over, I've been like desperately trying to find something else that I'm interested in watching. I've been really like not loving TV lately. There's not been a lot of shows that at least that I've seen, that have like really sucked me in. Or even I was telling my friend just the other day that I feel like it's been a while since I've even played like a video game that's like I remember when Animal Crossing on the Switch came out, and I was just like so invested in it, and so like it was just like the best time ever. And I haven't really played anything that I've like feel like has really been like my like comfort game in a while. So I don't know if anyone has any recommendations. I play a lot of different things, but I do love a good like, I don't know, cozy game that I can just like sit down and like lock into. I've been playing, I actually just recently downloaded the emulator for the Super Nintendo, which was my favorite gaming console when I was younger. I loved playing all of like the Mario games or anything like that. Anything in that like type of platforming genre is something I enjoy. But I just recently replayed Super Mario World, which I have probably played, I want to say, literally like 100 times in my life, and will always be one of my favorite games. So that was really fun, but I would love to play something new. And I even feel like when I got the new Switch, I'm like, they need to come out with something because I kind of feel like I just bought it and I played the new Mario Kart, and that's been like the only thing. And I liked the Mario Kart. I liked like the different racing maps were like fun and everything, but I just don't know if it was like worth it to have bought that console. I don't feel like, I don't know, convinced that it was a good purchase. I'm waiting for something good to come out. So I don't know if you guys like, if there's anything that you guys feel like was worth it, just let me know. Let me know if there's like a game that I'm missing that I should be playing on there, because it's just not for me yet. So, but anyways, back to this drawing, which I feel like I haven't even talked about this whole time. I really, really loved how these leaves ended up turning out. I was not sure at all how to tackle this like pink section of these leaves. So the way that that ended up coming together, I was beyond pleased by, and was actually not as difficult as I thought it was going to be. I did not spend like a ton of time on any of these like drawings themselves. Like I really wanted to kind of keep it quick and loose and like not overdo it. So I really feel like I did stick to that. These little lemons were super fun to do. I love this aqua blue color that I used to like highlight the edge of it. I can see that probably being one of my new favorite little colors to add in. I think it just adds like a really like luminous look to it. So I don't know, that was really fun to do. I don't really normally add like a ton of like different colors into my pictures, so that's something I've like been venturing into. I'm not quite sure how to accomplish it yet, but I've just been like playing around, and it has been working in my favor. Fingers crossed that that stays happening. But yeah, this little tree was like super cute and fun. I really loved the little like leaf outlines that I did. I originally was thinking I would be able to fit like a face into this one, but I like played around with putting it in like the leaves and then like maybe on a lemon, and it just, I don't know, it looked weird. So this one does not have a life yet. He's just a little background tree, and I don't know, if you want to picture him with a face, go ahead. And then the little last part that I did was, I didn't really record it, but after I was done drawing this hose here, I felt like the background kind of just was like missing. And originally, like you can maybe like faintly see the little bricks that I had originally drawn in, but I didn't really like the way that ended up looking. It was just like, I don't know. I nixed that idea, was not going to do it. It did not feel good to do, was bad vibes. So in a scene later, you'll see a cut, and I kind of added a little bit more of this hose coming out in the background, which I think looks all right. Was not exactly what I was going for, but I think it did fill in a little bit of the picture. And again, this was just kind of like a little loose, like sketchy drawing page, nothing like super serious, which felt very serious to me because I am dramatic about all of my art. But yeah, it was really fun and I really liked doing it. I have another video that I'm going to be posting after this one that I feel I was like way better at the drawing, and I'm very excited to post that one. I still have to do some editing to it, but yeah. Anyways, I appreciate you guys watching. Again, if you have any recommendations for some fun things to watch or play, let me know in the comments, and have a good day. Thank you. Bye.